Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I was looking for eyebrow pencils on Amazon and there are so many, I got a little overwhelmed. I typically do my eyebrows using eyebrow pencils on the daily. Even when I'm not wearing makeup, I still like to do my eyebrows a little bit because it makes your whole face look more put together. So on days when I'm not wearing any makeup and when I'm just at home, I still like to do my eyebrows, curl my eyelashes without applying any mascara and pop on a little lipstick. So these are things that I have to do all the time. So I go through eyebrow pencils like nobody's business. I'm probably finishing an eyebrow pencil every month. I just didn't want to spend thousands on eyebrow pencils that I know I'm going to be using like crazy and I'm going to finish it up super soon. So I didn't want to buy like a high-end eyebrow pencil, but I went to Amazon and found so many eyebrow pencils under 500 rupees. So all of these eyebrow pencils that I'm going to show you today are under 500 rupees and some of them are even under 400 rupees. So they're very affordable. All of them are super affordable. So we have 8 eyebrow pencils right here. I'm super excited. This is so exciting. I love the fact that I have so many eyebrow pencils and I'm never going to spend time looking for an eyebrow pencil anymore because I just have a whole bunch to go through. So today we're going to be testing all of these out and we're going to decide which one is our favorite, which one we can skip out of all of these. I have a bunch of different brands here, from Blue Heaven to Coloressence, Mars, Maybelline, Wet n Wild, so many different brands that we can try today. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video. So my eyebrows are looking pretty alright. They're recently shaped. I just tweezed them out yesterday, so I feel like I have a good base to work on. So I'm gonna do one eyebrow pencil on each eyebrow. So there are 8 here and we're gonna have 4 rounds of eyebrows. And yeah, I'm gonna figure out which color works for me, which formula is the best, how the texture feels, all of that. So let's begin with the first pairing. The first ones, I think I'm gonna pick both Wet n Wild ones because they're different eyebrow pencils. I have so many different brands here, so we're gonna be reviewing a lot of different brands, but I have 2 Wet n Wild ones right here, so I think I'm just gonna do like one eyebrow each with these. So this is the first one. This is called the Wet n Wild Color Icon Brow Pencil in the shade Brunettes Do It Better. But it does come with a spoolie on one end and a pencil that you have to sharpen on the other end. So I personally like retractable pencils more than pencils that I have to sharpen. But you know, it's not bad if it's super inexpensive. And if it works really well, then you can definitely make your piece with something like this. So I love that this has a spoolie because I always need a spoolie to comb out my eyebrows, especially after you've done your makeup and your base. You can have a lot of gunk on your eyebrows, like a lot of powder and everything, so a spoolie really helps to clean them out before you fill them in. So I'm just gonna take the pencil end now and with the lightest pressure just try to understand how this works. Okay, so it's pretty creamy. I can apply a little bit more pressure, but I have to be like very careful. Okay, so it's super creamy. You cannot apply a lot of pressure. You have to be very careful. It's a pretty dark color, so if you have a black hair, I think this would be good for you. But with my situation, I do like to color my hair every now and then, and this is like the color of my hair, so I think my eyebrows look a little bit too like bold for that. And it's a very creamy texture, like you can't see much through that. It's not bad at all. Like if you have a lot of brows already and you just want to fill them in a little bit, I think this can be a good product for that. But if you don't have a lot of brow hairs and you also want like a very nice creamy product, this can be good. Wow, that's not bad at all. This pencil was only for 185 rupees. So I think for 185 rupees, this is actually not bad at all. It's a little bit too creamy, like you have to be careful with it. You can't mess it up. But if you do mess it up, it can like wipe right down, and it feels like a texture that is gonna set in place, and this is probably going to be like a little long wearing. It's not just gonna rub off like that because it does have that creamy waxy texture where it is gonna hold your hair in place. So will I be repurchasing this? I'm not sure. I'm definitely gonna use this up. I personally just prefer retractable pencils that I do not have to sharpen and that already have an angle, so it's just easier and quicker for me to do my brows. But if you're looking for a very affordable, just everyday easy eyebrow pencil, and you have like black to very dark brown hair and you want like a creamy waxy thick formula, check this out. Okay, the next one we have is the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Retractable Brow Pencil, and this is in the shade medium brown. Okay, now this one was for 309 rupees. So this one is like a retractable angled pencil. Now this is the kind of pencil that I love and use all the time. It's already angled and it's retractable, and it also has a spoolie on one end, which I love. The spoolie on the other Wet n Wild pencil, like the sharpenable one, was a little better. The spoolie on this is just a little smaller. I feel like the spoolie on this pencil is just like a little stronger and it holds your hair better. But anyway, this is better than not having a spoolie. So let's start and do this side. So I like to take it very slow on the inner corner of the brows because I don't want this area to look boxy ever. I love having like an ombre brow situation because I feel like if you really define this area, your eyebrows can start to look pretty manly. So I like to leave this area kind of like an ombre. So I'll just fill this area with pencil and then take my finger and clean it a little bit so it creates like a diffused effect. Okay, this is not as creamy as the sharpenable eyebrow pencil. This is definitely dry, and you will find that with retractable pencils because there has to be space for the pencil to move up and down. If you only had a pencil that only goes like up in one direction and you cannot twist it back in its place, then it's easier to keep that pencil a little bit more wet. But with a formula like this where you can twist it up, twist it down, it can go back in its hole, there tends to be a lot of air in such packaging and it totally dries out the products. So with packaging like this, it is very difficult to make products that are very creamy. I don't mind this at all. It is not bad at all. It is also not as pigmented as the other Wet n Wild pencil. I feel like I'm gonna have to go through the same area like a few more times. The other pencil was just a little easier, but this one also looks more natural. I feel like you can see a little bit of my brow hair through that. The color again is pretty dark. It's so difficult to find shades that look good with lighter hair in the Indian market that are not high end. Forever 52 has a great eyebrow pencil if you're looking for like a very light kind of eyebrow pencil. Sometimes I use that just to ombre like the front part of my brow, but I don't have that pencil right now and I should have included it in this video as well. But I really like the Forever 52 eyebrow pencil. They have a bunch of different shades if you're looking for a particularly lighter eyebrow pencil shade. This one again I feel like will be good for people with black hair or really dark brown hair because it does match my roots exactly. Like if you see, the eyebrows look pretty similar to the roots of my hair, which I mean it looks fine right now, but once I touch up my hair and touch up my hair color, it is gonna look pretty dark. So I don't know how I feel about this yet. It's definitely not the best eyebrow pencil that I've tried, but it also is not the worst. We have a bunch to go through. Let's see, maybe this will turn out to be the best out of all of the ones that I have right now, but for now I think this is pretty good. I think I prefer this one over this one because this one is just a little bit too creamy for me. I don't like such creamy eyebrow pencils, but this one I feel like I will pick up and use, and it's just easier to use. It's less creamy, but it's also less pigmented and it's a little bit more forgiving. To get rid of my eyebrows, I'm just taking a makeup wipe and wiping my eyebrows, and this is pretty much the only time I'll use a makeup wipe. I don't particularly love makeup wipes. I don't use makeup wipes. The only time I use them is to remove swatches or clear something on the face, but I'm never using makeup wipes to actually remove makeup. I have a nice two-step cleansing process where I use a cleansing oil or a cleansing balm balm, then go in with my face cleanser, and that is how it should be done. And once I have wiped my eyebrows, I'm just gonna take a little bit of powder just to go over that area so there's no greasiness, because that can really affect how the pencil fares. I want the pencil to be able to like apply how I would apply it when I'm wearing makeup, even though I do apply eyebrow pencils just over moisturizer without any makeup, but I feel like we can get a better idea of the texture, and I don't want the creaminess on my face to affect the texture of the pencil. Okay, so the next lot is this one by Maybelline and this one by Chameleon. Now both of these eyebrow pencils do not have spoolies, so that is -1 right there, because whenever I'm using these eyebrow pencils, that means that I'm gonna have to pick up another eyebrow pencil or a spoolie brush just, you know, as an extra step, and there's not gonna be like a spoolie in this. So I don't like that. I personally need a spoolie on my eyebrow pencil. Otherwise, you know, it's not like the end of the world. I do have spoolie brushes that I can just grab and comb my eyebrows out. It's just easier, you know, and I know a lot of you don't have extra spoolie brushes or extra eyebrow pencils that have extra spoolies on them just lying around. So I feel like every eyebrow pencil should come with a spoolie. This one by Maybelline. This is the Fashion Brow Cream Pencil. Now I think I have tried the Maybelline Fashion Brow Pencil before, and it only used to come in like 2 shades. Was it like a black one or a grey one, and then we just never got into it, but I saw this brown version. This is in the shade dark brown. Oh, there's a brown as well. Wow, I should have gotten the brown one. Maybe it would have been lighter than dark brown, but I do have dark brown, so let's go ahead and try this one out first. So again, this is a pencil that you have to sharpen, so I'm just gonna make sure the tip is super sharp before we go in. Okay, right off the bat I can tell you this is definitely not as pigmented as the Wet n Wild one. The Wet n Wild pencil that you have to sharpen is much more creamy than this. And why do they call this dark brown? This is literally black. It is literally the color of my eyebrow hair, and my eyebrow hair is black in color. I need a lighter eyebrow pencil, you guys. I swear, the only eyebrow pencil that I've found under 500 rupees that is a little lighter and looks a little natural on my face is by Forever 52. Otherwise, all of these drugstore eyebrow pencils, the color is so dark. It looks so dark. But it doesn't look bad, I know, because my roots are black, but you know, it doesn't stay like this forever. My roots are going to get this color, and then it's just going to look really bold on me. So I'm not going to be able to enjoy this eyebrow pencil for a long time. I guess I should check the brown one, because I don't mind the texture of this at all. It's actually pretty, like, forgiving to use. It was easier to use than the Wet n Wild pencil, I can tell you that, but I wish it came with a spoolie on the back. But if I compare both of these, I think I prefer the Maybelline one. If you prefer like creamier formulas, you would prefer the Wet n Wild one. Now coming on to this pencil by Chameleon. It does have an angled pencil, which is great, love that. But at the butt of this pencil, there's not a spoolie, there is a powder that you're supposed to fill your eyebrows in with, which I think it could be nice, but it also can be like a little bit too much. But there are days when your eyebrows are looking really beautiful and they're just recently threaded. Those are the days where you can take this powder and just go along your eyebrows like a few times, and then you don't need a pencil to fill in your eyebrows, and this can be a really quick fix for you. So you do get like 2 different products in this one pencil, which is great. I've never heard of this brand before. This is called Chameleon Waterproof Eyebrow Pens, Glamorous Double-Headed. This is also in the shade dark brown. Let's hope it's not like uber dark and I can actually use it. So just gonna start filling it in. Okay, no, it's super dark. It's like black. But I do like the texture, and I know a lot of you have black hair, so a lot of you are probably going to like this. Okay, this is a nice pencil. It's a little creamier than the Wet n Wild retractable eyebrow pencil. It's a little bit more pigmented as well, and you definitely don't need powder after this pencil because it did a pretty good job by itself. Like, that didn't take a long time at all. And this even looks darker than this one right here. It's super dark. So if you have like black hair or dark brown hair, this might be good for you. Texture was super smooth, super creamy. It took little to no time to apply. I'm just gonna go ahead and try the powder bit as well. Because we have the pencil going on right here, the eyebrow is a little bit creamy right now before all of this sets. So once it is like creamier and you go over with powder, it's really gonna grab on the powder. Yeah, so it's gonna fill in any white spaces or any gaps and just give you like the ultimate Instagram brow. So if you want a nice eyebrow pencil and 2-in-1 products, this is actually not bad. I'm very pleasantly surprised with this. Even though it doesn't have a spoolie, I'm gonna have to pick up another spoolie when I use this. But I feel like this powder can be such a great quick fix if you just want to run out the door. And then you also have the pencil to create some definition or just to fill in the eyebrows if that is what you want. So this pencil, I feel like I will repurchase if I can find a shade that matches me better and it's not so dark. Then I feel like I see myself actually grabbing this. It's not bad. Not bad at all. And this was only for 279 rupees. So under 300 rupees and you get 2 different brow products. Okay, then we have these 2 eyebrow pencils. This one is by Blue Heaven and this one is by Coloressence. So we're gonna start with this one by Coloressence. Does come with a spoolie, so that is awesome. This is the Coloressence Expert Eyebrow Pencil. This only costed me 213 rupees. Now all of these pencils may be like 30-40 rupees more expensive, but there are discounts on Amazon. So this originally costs 250 rupees, but it's on discount on Amazon right now and you can find it for 213 rupees. So this one is in the shade brown. This is only available in 3 shades: brown, black and grey, and of course I got the brown one. It does have a retractable pencil, angled retractable pencil, which is my favorite, and it has a spoolie on the back. So this is like my ideal eyebrow pencil. Yeah, let's start. The spoolie, I feel like I love the spoolie that comes on the Wet n Wild pencil. That spoolie is just really powerful. All of these little spoolies, you really have to like dig in and comb out your brow. Oh wow, finally I feel like I found a brow pencil that I like the color of. It's not too black. That is nice. And it's not incredibly creamy either where it's difficult to apply. I really like the texture of this. It's going on super nice and the color is actually not as black as some of the others. Okay, that didn't take very long and that actually looks pretty put together. It looks natural and the color is not too bad. I love that the color is not too black. It's still a dark brown color, but it's not as black as some of the others. I think I really like this. I'm definitely going to repurchase this once this is over because this is very inexpensive, only 213 rupees. I get a spoolie and I get a nice like angled retractable brow pencil that I love the color of. It's not too creamy and it's not too difficult to apply. It's just perfect. I love this texture. I think this is like my favorite one till now. Out of all of the ones that I've tried, this is my favorite one. Okay, so that was pretty nice. And now on this side, I am gonna try the Blue Heaven Brow Perfect Eyebrow Enhancer, and this is in the shade. This comes in 2 shades, I think brown and grey, and of course I got the brown one, and this only costs 172 rupees, so less than 200 rupees. Does come with this spoolie. So Maybelline, let's step it up. You know, other brands are giving us spoolies for under 200 rupees. You can too. This needs to be better. Okay, so again, it is not as creamy as some of the other pencils. I think this one, the Coloressence one, was a little bit more creamy than this. It's pretty stiff, which is not really a bad thing when it comes to eyebrow pencils because you don't want them to be like incredibly creamy. I don't mind a stiff eyebrow pencil, but this just means I'm gonna have to spend a little bit more time doing my brows. So this eyebrow right here was definitely quicker with the Coloressence eyebrow pencil. So if you were to choose between the Blue Heaven and the Coloressence one, I would recommend you go for the Coloressence one. Because it is like grabbing on some areas and then letting go in some areas. It's not as smooth, but that also means that it is probably going to last a little bit longer just because it's not super creamy. I don't mind it, but it's not my favorite, and once this is over, probably not going to repurchase this. But this one right here, this one has been like my favorite till now. Okay, now I have this pencil by Mars and this pencil by Insight Cosmetics, and these are the last two pencils that I'm going to try on my face today. This is the Mars Micro Precision Brow Pencil. Does come with a spoolie and an angled retractable pencil, so that's great. This is in the shade brown, and this was only for 129 rupees. 129 rupees mein spoolie or retractable eyebrow pencil. This is crazy. So I have high hopes from this. Let's try it out. Spoolie is nice, but my favorite spoolie still definitely has to be this Wet n Wild spoolie. This one is the best spoolie out of everything. Oh wow! Guys, I think I actually really like this color. Oh my god, the texture is also really nice. It's not like creamy, but it's not dragging and pulling either. Like, it's just the right amount of pigmented. It's not dry, there's no pulling or tugging, there's no empty spaces as well, and the color looks so natural. Oh my god, this is really nice, you guys. This is actually like really good. I really like it. I think this could be like my favorite eyebrow pencil that I've tried, and this one is only 129 rupees. So if I love this one, that's great for me, because then I don't have to spend many hundreds on a nice eyebrow pencil. But look at that, you guys. It looks so defined, and then you also have this spoolie to do whatever you want to do with, and the texture of the pencil is really nice. It just applies really beautifully. Now, of course, I'm not testing out the longevity of any of these eyebrow pencils, because I'm just testing out the application, the color, how it applies, the formula, all of that. But for longevity, I'm gonna have to wear these for a little while and get back to you with my review. But till now, these two have been hits, the Coloressence and the Mars eyebrow pencil. But I guess the Mars one is cheaper, so this one has to be the winner right now. Let's not get carried away. I still have another one to try out. This one is by Insight Cosmetics. There is a retractable eyebrow pencil and a spoolie. This spoolie is also not bad. It's a little bit shorter than some of the other spoolies, but again, the Wet n Wild spoolie is just going to be the best. This spoolie is just something else. It's so strong and it picks up every hair, this spoolie. I would just pick this pencil up for this spoolie, but you know, you can also get different spoolie brushes. You don't need to get an eyebrow pencil for a spoolie. Let's go ahead and try this one. Okay, straight off the bat, the color is a little bit dark. It's much darker than the Mars pencil. Texture is also a little bit creamy, but not as creamy as some of the others. It's applying really well. There's no tugging or pulling. I don't have to apply a lot of pressure either. Wow, this is also not bad, you guys. The texture is pretty similar to the Mars one, where it's not, well, it's just a little bit creamy, but not creamy enough to classify this as a creamy pencil, because it is nice. It is applying really beautifully, and this is also a very nice pencil for those of you that have black hair or dark brown hair. But as you can clearly see, this eyebrow looks a lot darker than this eyebrow. This eyebrow just looks a little bit softer, a little bit more feminine, a little bit more curly, and you know, that's what I want. I want my eyebrows to frame my face, not define my face. I don't want people to look at my face and notice my eyebrows the first thing. I just want my eyebrows to look delicate and womanly and just like there, and my eyes are the main focus, and my eyebrows are just framing my eyes beautifully. So I think after doing this video, I have realized that the Mars pencil is my favorite, and the Coloressence pencil is also really nice. These are the two that I would repurchase, and I would recommend you to pick from this entire little collection. But if you do have a little darker brows than me, then the Insight pencil is also really nice. I really like this as well. The texture is great and the color is really nice for those of you that have black hair. And yeah, I guess that is it for this video, you guys. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave your comments down below telling me your favorite eyebrow pencil. And if you have an affordable favorite, I need to know. I got to know because I keep buying eyebrow pencils all the time, so I'm always looking for a better eyebrow pencil. I also really like the one from Forever 52, so if you want to check that out for a lighter shade, you definitely can. And I hope you found this video helpful and enjoyed watching this. Do remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on future fun videos like this. I also post on Instagram a lot, so check out my Instagram if you're interested in behind the scenes and reels and fashion and all the other fun content. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. I'm gonna see you super soon in my next one. Mwah. Bye.